A stretch will stretch a muscle for about 60 to 90 minutes. So if you have a problem area like a calf strain or something, don't stretch it 5 times first thing in the morning and then go about your day. You're not going to get that much out of it. But if you spread those 5 times throughout the day, you're going to get a lot more out of that calf, okay, or your quad or what have you. So we're gonna go over some stretches that perhaps you haven't seen, and they're mostly designed around your hips because you use your hips twice as much as you use your upper body in a triathlon, right? And usually the hips tend to get tighter because they're bearing our body weight in some way, shape, or form. So the first stretch is really just to show you 2 quick, very quick shoulder stretches. So what you're going to do is you're just going to kneel down. Okay, and try and tuck your heels, or your toes under your feet, okay? And kind of scooch back on them a little bit. You feel a little stretch. I'm sorry, your toes. Yeah.
Just listening out.
Okay, and then scooch back on them so you feel a little stretch like in your plantar fascia. You feel that? It feels pretty good, doesn't it? Okay, bottom of your feet. All right, and then just kind of go down and really reach out with, let's say, your left hand. Just reach as far as you can. How does that feel?
I like it.
It feels pretty good, right? So that's really easy, and that's going to help stretch out your lats, which is a muscle that you use a lot when you're swimming, especially if you're swimming correctly. Okay? So that's one stretch. Now we can see how you're resting on your right hand right now? So now we're going to take the left hand and we're going to go palms up and across our chest, and we're going to reach in that direction. Can you feel how that stretches the back of your shoulder a little bit and kind of getting into the shoulder blade area on the left? How does that feel? All right? Now here's the deal. I want you to get in that stretch, and I'm going to time you. You're going to hold the stretch for 30 seconds. The reason why you want to hold it for 30 seconds is if you can't, you're pushing it too hard. This is not meant to hurt you, is it? Everything else is, but not stretching. Okay? So those are 2 really good stretches. One to get your lats, okay, and the other to get the posterior aspect of your shoulder, which can tighten up, and that's where rotator cuff problems start, back in there. Now we're going to get into the hips, okay? So, how many of you stretch your hips? Okay. Good group to have then. All right. So what you're going to do is from here, you're going to take and you're going to put your right foot down. And where's your toes? Are they still tucked under? Tuck those toes under on your left foot. Sorry. Okay? And what you're going to do is, I'm going to switch sides just so you can see it better. What you're going to do is, you're going to lean forward a little bit. Feel a little. Now don't lean forward with your torso. Your torso stays upright, but you're going to lunge forward a little bit. You feel that? And you're going to take your right hand, or your left hand, and you're going to reach back. So the same knee that's down, you're going to take that arm up over your head, and you're going to rotate back. How does that feel? Okay, rotate back. You can go further back. Is anyone not feeling that? Okay, so that is going to be your hip flexor muscle. And the reason why that's important is, how many of you have done a brick workout or a triathlon where you get off the bike and you start running and your hips just don't even want to talk to you? They don't show up for another mile. Your hip flexor muscles get tight when we're on the bike. And then when we go to run, the sooner we can get those loosened up, which is what brick workouts are designed to do. The bike to run brick is designed to train your body to start loosening up those hip joints, those hip flexors, faster so you can engage those in your run. So the hip flexor muscle, which tends to be tight in people who sit all day long. Okay? So it's a really good stretch. From that position, so I started over here. From that position, we're going to go from here, and now we're going to reach down. And we're going to lean forward a little more. You feel that? Okay?
It's like twisting.
Okay? And you can play with this. You can kind of lean forward, lean back if it's too much. Again, that 30 seconds is what we're looking for. Make it comfortable for you.
Keep breathing.
So that's going to stretch your inner thigh and a little bit into your hamstring. So then we're going to get back on all fours. Okay? And I want you to take your left foot and you're going to slide it through. Sideways. Now, if any of you have ever done yoga, this is called the pigeon pose. You slide that leg through, and then you take your right leg and you slide it straight back. How we doing? Now you can kind of rotate your butt one direction or the other. Am I allowed to say butt in mixed company? You rotate your butt and just kind of play with it, and you'll find areas in your glute that are tighter than others. Now, if you're not feeling it, the more you take your lower leg and make it perpendicular to your upper body, the more you're going to increase that stretch. Ooh, yeah. Okay?
This is a really good stretch.
And this one feels good without hurting right away. Okay? How's that feel? All right? Okay. Then we're going to go from there and, skip over the next picture. And what we're going to do is we're going to come up into a lunge. Okay? And the key with this one is to try and put your forward foot between your hands and to really come down, and you're going to feel the stretch in through here, through your right hip again, and through your part of the right hip. And then from there, we're going to take our right knee, put it down, and we're just going to come back and stretch our left hamstring. So come on up, put your hands on your knee, keep your back flat. Okay? The reason why this is a better stretch than this is because a lot of us have a lot of flexibility here, not much flexibility there. So if I do this, I'm stretching here and not the hamstring. Can everyone feel it in the hamstring? And look how nice and flat the backs are around you. Takes the back out of the picture. Now the last one is my favorite. We're going to go on your back, and you're going to stay awake for 2 more minutes. Fair enough? So with this one, what we're going to do is, can I demonstrate on you instead of... Okay. What we're going to do with this one is, sorry. Okay. All we're going to do is cross one knee over the other. I'm crossing my right knee over my left. Okay? Now whatever knee's on top, right, stack your knees.
There you
Knee
go.
to knee.
Knee all the way over, like you're sitting crossing your legs like you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Okay? And what you're going to do is whatever knee's on top, you're going to rotate your hips to that side. As far as you can go. You feel a stretch in
Is
your...
your back flat, or is it going to...
Just let your back do whatever it wants to do. Put your arms out to the side and relax. How's that feel? Now, if you don't feel it in your glute very much, that foot that's on the ground, bring it up towards your butt a little more.
So you get a bigger cross.
How's that feel? Everyone have that? Now, whatever foot is on the ground, you're going to bring that arm up over your ear again, up towards your ear on the side of your head.
Big stretch.
And turn your head in that direction. So for me, it's my left foot's on the ground, my left arm is over my head, and I'm turning my head to the left. And then what I want you to do is take a few deep breaths and really expand your rib cage. Oh, I got time. All right, everybody kneel. Okay? Sit back on your heels, toes tucked under. Okay? Right arm all the way out, reach, head down. So you can hold that for 30 seconds. Right?
Should they be trying to sit back on their heels?
Yep, sit all the way back on your heels, get a good stretch out of that shoulder. It's okay if you can't, that's fine. Okay? And then your left hand is on the mat, your right arm comes underneath and across your chest. So 2 good shoulder stretches. Right? And then we're going to lunge out with your right foot. 30 seconds that way. Then we go down in the hole with our 2 hands. Everyone feel that? Okay, then we do all 4s. Bring our right foot through this time. Scoot your left leg straight back. Now if you're not feeling the stretch very much, make sure your right knee is now in a line with your shoulder. Don't let it out too far. There we go. So your left leg goes straight back. Take it more forward on the mat. People will share. Or maybe they won't. She's probably like the really good swimmer and no one wants to talk. Okay? So we lunge out, and then we get up on our hands. Right foot forward, between our hands. Okay, really feel that stretch all the way down on the left anterior hip. How's that feel? Pretty good? Okay, and then we kneel back with our left knee, and we stretch our right hamstring. Put your hands on your knees, back's nice and flat. Okay, onto your back. Stay awake. Left knee over right this time. Pull the left knee to the floor. And then your right arm comes up towards your right ear and you look to the right. Okay, questions? So we gave you 8 stretches today, 2 in the shoulder, 6 in the hip. 8 stretches, both sides, times 30 seconds is, actually it's like 60 minutes. Okay? Not too bad. Alright, now, if you are riding, you don't need to do the shoulder stretches that day. If you're swimming, and again, it is good to follow some form of endurance exercise with some stretching. It's hard to not throw your bike on the car and drive home immediately. Or to breakfast. Okay? But it can be worth it, especially if you're feeling hot spots in your hips or in your knees. Now, really quick, the quad stretch. Everybody stand up for me if you can. And if you have really bad balance, then face a partner and put your hand on their shoulder. And we're just going to reach back and grab the ankle. Now, to increase your quad stretch, you need a partner. To increase your quad stretch, pull your knees together, squeeze them together. Feel that? So this is a very, if you're having problems with your knees, it's a great stretch. You can do it at work without people looking at you too funny. And you get a lot more out of it if you just squeeze them together. It's a very good stretch. It's very easy to do.
Why is it good for your knees?
It's good for your knees because as we run, especially here where there's a lot of hills, uphill, downhill, you build up a lot of pressure underneath your kneecap, and that pressure is caused by tightening up your quads. So, okay? All right, go swim. Thanks. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.